What's going on, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Just took a quick little scalp here. Been testing a new strategy, new scalping strategy. It's working fairly well in my opinion. So obviously, anytime we test out new strategies, we're always putting them on an evaluation first, right? There's no sense in kind of risking money that does not need to be risked. Is that even a word? Risks? Can't even say that. But yeah, there's no sense in risking live capital on a funded account or even a personal account. You definitely want to run through, my testing always is, my testing is always 100 trades. So we're pretty close to approaching that. I've been testing it across multiple evaluations or combines, depending on whatever type of prop firm you're on. Also, guys, Apex 80% off sale is back. You guys can just use a generic code of SAVE80. Just make sure you guys use that link that's down in my description so I get credit for it. It definitely helps fund and keep this channel afloat. I appreciate it. Also, make sure you guys are hitting the like button on your way in, dropping me a comment, letting me know how you guys did today. That would also be great. I'm probably not going to be streaming that long, maybe about an hour or so. So we'll kind of see exactly, what happens. But we're currently at $400.20 here. We'll kind of see, exactly what potentially sets up here. So last couple days, not bad, in my opinion. Again, it's like even when you have bad days in the market per se, it's not necessarily a bad day because there's always someone out there who's making cash, and either one person's on the right side of the trade or one person's on the wrong side of the trade. But all in all, some days are a little bit easier to trade than others. Again, I've been running kind of a couple of these evaluations, just really trying to fine tune this little scalping strategy. Again, still scalping 20 SMA plays on the 5-minute time frame using that 20 SMA. If you guys are new here, definitely watch one of the 2,000 videos that I have uploaded on YouTube, because it's going to help, right? It's going to help. Maybe you can find something. Maybe you guys can find something from one of my videos that helps resonate with you and helps put you on a better path. But all in all, kind of seeing what the market wants to do here. We are trading over the 5-minute 20 SMA. Pretty good little setup that happened there at around 11:20 in the morning was that setup to the long side. Kind of holding these floors, so it is what it is. For me as a trader, as a scalper, especially when you're testing out new price targets, new strategies, stuff like that, you want to get in as many trades as possible. Just whenever that trade setup happens, you want to take the trade. That way you have a bunch of data to kind of analyze and go through and see, what's working, what do I need to change? And, as I kind of recommended, or as I kind of stated in the beginning of this stream, I like to get through 100 trades. And I think right now I'm at about like 70 something, 80 trades. I don't know. When the day's over, I'll see kind of exactly, what the numbers are in terms of trade count. Now, I'm looking at a 1-minute chart. I'm also looking at a 5-minute chart as well, kind of running these two charts parallel with each other, taking setups off of both of these time frames. And again, for me, when it comes to scalping, I don't really care which way the market's going. Market can be going up, it can be going down. I just need to see my setup present itself and then take that trade. And then the numbers will kind of just play themselves out, right? I think a lot of times traders, they get too hyper focused on what was the outcome of this last trade? What was the outcome of yesterday, right? This is a long game, guys. This is a very long game. And, once you start to really understand that the more trades you take, the better those numbers are going to look in terms of P&L wise, right? You know, if you're trading way too much size, where let's say you can blow a prop firm account in 2 or 3 trades, you're never going to collect enough data to even see if that one particular strategy is going to work. You're never going to collect enough data to see if maybe there's something that you can adjust in terms of take profit or stop loss, because all you're focused on is that you blew up an account on 2 trades, or you blew an account on 3 trades, or whatever it may be. You blew an account in 2 days, right? So it's like people constantly put themselves in this blender, right? They put themselves in a blender where they just can't get any mojo going. And you know, the truth of the matter is you're just not seeing, and you're not taking enough trades to actually see what's working at the end of the day. So we still have this momentum pushing higher here. You know, we are riding the 9 EMA, we're riding the 20 SMA to the high side here. It's definitely created that little double bottom floor on the 5-minute chart. You can see down here, we created a little bit of a double bottom floor, and so far we are holding that to the upside. That double bottom floor that I'm looking at, 10:10 and then around 11 o'clock, we kind of came down and tested that area twice and is held. So that area would definitely be an area of interest for me at a later point in time, short, if it ever was to get back down there. If it never gets back down there, that's fine. You know, there's no trade, but I definitely keep it on the chart, and I definitely take notice. But how's everyone else out there doing today? You guys making some money today? We losing money? What's going on? If anyone is long, you know, congratulations off that double bottom here. You're going to run into a little bit of pressure here in the 480s, between 480s and around 500. Definitely going to have a little bit of pressure. If we do break through that, NASDAQ can definitely have a really good opportunity to kind of push highs, and really move in a fast manner. Now, again, we are coming into lunchtime, so typically what I like to see is, you know, what did we do leading into lunch, right? What was that overall directional move? And then do we get some type of reversal move or continuation? Now, that's a double-sided trade, but if there's a continuation of what we did in the morning, then we would see a new low of day printed today, okay? If there is a reversal coming out of lunch, you're going to see this grind back up into maybe 550, 600. And if we do take out 600, then market's really got some good juice around it. This is a great move here, long. I took a scalp on this. I don't know if it was captured on the stream because it was loading and right as we were getting filled. I think finally the stream kicked in, but it was a very quick trade. We started the start of this trend a few minutes ago. It was about 4 minutes ago now. We were in this trade 5 minutes ago. Actually, a little longer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6 minutes ago, we were in this trade long, capturing this little breakout here once we got over this little 1 minute double top. But fantastic move here. Whole idea right now is for me to just be patient. Got nothing to do other than wait, right? Because it's very easy to say, you know, hey, market's pushing higher. Let's just grab a small piece of this and let's continue to ride this train. And you know, I think everyone has kind of been there before, where you do that and then immediately the market pulls back, right? Or immediately you get stopped out on some type of, you know, pause candle or something like that. So you never really want to chase the move, even if you were already inside the move. It's just, for me, it's just, I would never recommend to, you know, chase an existing move that you were already into. but instead wait for that fresh and brand new setup. And you know, sometimes setup happens soon, sometimes you're sitting on your stump and you're still waiting. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. So all we do right now is we just be calm and we just wait. We kind of see exactly what we're going to do here at the start of lunchtime. Is this going to kind of, you know, chop us around? Is it going to pull back a little bit? What, you know, what do we got going on, right? What do we got going on? A lot of people found some success early in the morning today, at least in my room. I got how many votes here, active traders that were trading in my room today? I got about 15 votes. 6 of those people were green and already locked it up. 4 of those people were green but still going to continue to trade more. 2 people were red but manageable, so very, very small reds. We had nobody on tilt, and nobody lost any accounts. Nobody's, you know, down huge and nothing that can't be recovered. So that's always good to see when the majority of the room is either green and locked it up, and we have another person that just locked up. What did J Trade do? J Trade locked up $471 on his Express funded account. His current balance is nice right now. He's only been trading this Express funded account for about 5 days. He's already up $2,700 on that Top Step Express funded account. So congratulations to Jay. He's been working really, really hard and posting up some good numbers. Very good, consistent numbers. Nice, John. Yeah. I'm a big believer in, you know, if you go up 300, 350, 400, just lock yourself out, right? We've got a guy in our room right now. It's like every day, and he's got multiple, I think he's up to like 8 funded accounts, but he's running like 10 evaluations at the same time. And it's like every day one of those accounts is now passing and then going into funded account stage. And it's because you're just letting the days pass up. You know, you'll be very surprised how, you know, those $200 days, those $300 days, if you just come into the market and you just, you know, pick your spots, stick to your plan, lock it up when you're supposed to lock it up, you know, don't get too greedy. You're just going to get those emails at the end of the day. Hey, congratulations, you just passed another evaluation. The next day, hey, congratulations, you just passed another evaluation. I mean, because truthfully speaking, a $300 day in 10 days, which is 2 trading weeks, you've passed. You know, a $250 to $400 day on average, you're going to get that eligibility to request a payout in just a mere 2 to 3 weeks. So every 2 to 3 weeks, you can be passing evaluations. If you're taking multiple evaluations, you could definitely pass multiple evaluations. If you have multiple funded accounts, you can definitely be taking multiple payouts on a bi-weekly basis. If not bi-weekly, at least on a monthly basis. But what I see a lot of times, especially on social media, is that a lot of people, they want to hit the big $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 day, and then they think that they want to come back and do it again tomorrow and the next day and the next day. And it's like, here's the harsh reality of it, right? And a lot of people aren't going to like it. But the harsh reality of it is, and I come from trading personal capital where I traded equities and I traded options, and I still trade options. It takes money to make money, right? So a lot of times, a lot of traders are very, very spoiled with the leverage that you can trade on these prop firms. It's like, truth be told, if you were trading in the live markets with your own personal capital, there'd be no way, unless you have a very, very big account, that you're pulling in $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days consistently. You know what I'm saying, buddy? It's like, you know, people think that they can go out there, you know, on one $50,000 eval or even a $100,000 eval funded account and go out there and make $3,000 a day. It's like, if that's the case, I mean, you're talking about making $50,000, $60,000 a month Like, get out of here. Like, get out of here. Like, you have to be really, really good. And to do that on a month by month basis, you know, it's a little extreme. It's a little extreme. So, you know, I've always been more so on this, on the boat where, you know, whatever 9 to 5 you have, even if you don't have a 9 to 5 right now, let's say you're retired or whatever, you know, how much did you make a day, right? Like, that's what you should truthfully be aiming for. You know, if you make $300 a day, then if you get somewhere around $300 a day, you should definitely think about locking it up. If that's not enough for you, then scale it. Scale it. What does that mean? Means that instead of having one account, trade 2 accounts, copy trade them together, and that $300 day is now a $600 day. I think all of us understand that, but a lot of us, you know, will take this approach. Well, if I have 10 accounts and I make just $1,000 a day, I'm going to make $10,000 a day. You're talking about making $200,000 a month. It's like think about what the hell you're really trying to do. It doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, how about you just get 10 accounts and make $100 a day, $150 a day? That's $1,000 day. Like, truth be told, like, if you can manage that, even if you hit a hot streak where you get like 10, 15 days out of the month where you just can lock in $150, $200 a day times 10, I mean, you're talking about making $15,000 to $20,000 a month. That's a hell of a good month. That's a hell of a good month. And it's like, a lot of times people do learn the hard way, and they learn the hard way until they're tired of banging their head against the wall. And it's like, you know, the biggest thing that you can do as a trader is to take your damn time. You know, it's take your damn time, because I don't know about you, but unless you don't plan on waking up tomorrow, the market's going to be open tomorrow, it's going to be open next week, it's going to be open the week after, so forth and so forth. And I've done it too. I've been up sometimes $1,000 on these prop firms, giving away 500-600 of it. You know, it's like, why, right? But it's like, it's not letting those type of days stack. Like, you can't let those type of days continue to happen. Because if you do let those days continue to happen, you're going to see that you're going to run into a lot more trouble. You're going to run into a lot more trouble than you are good. And it's like, you know, there comes a point in every trader's just got filled there on a little scalp there, guys. MP at Top Step has been talking a lot recently about how slow traders sound, and that's the thing. You know, a lot of people always talk about, you know, you got to slow things down, you got to, you know, take your time. We all know it. You know, we all know it. We weren't born yesterday, you know, but you got to figure out what those triggers are. You know, you got to figure out what those triggers are that is triggering you to have too much excessive greed. You know, those triggers that are causing you to get upset when you lose trades and do things that are outside of your trade plan. And again, I can raise my hand. I've done it many times. There's been instances where I've come into the market, taken my trade, followed my rules, you know, respect my strategy, and it's a loser. And there's nothing I can do about it. You know, that happens. And it's like, immediately I'm reverting back to going towards, you know, what should I do to get that money back? And it's like, that's not the right mentality. The right mentality is, what does the data say on your strategy? What does the data say on your edge? You know, how many losses can your strategy give you consecutively, right? Like, how many losses can you take in a row? Like, I know that I can take 2 losses in a row before I hit a string of winners. So if it happens, accept it, size right accordingly to where, you know, those 2 losses aren't going to blow me up, and just keep hammering trades. Keep hammering trades. A lot of times traders think that they need to be green every single day, and it's like, that's not the case. You know, do you know how hard it is to be green every single day? Let alone, there's some traders that want to be green every single trade. I mean, that blows my mind. You know, I was asked one time, well, how can I know when to take a setup or not take a setup so I can avoid loss? I'm laughing to myself. There's no way to avoid loss. There's absolutely no way to avoid any loss. you know? And it's like, if you're looking for a way to avoid loss, you lost already, because you're always going to be scared. You're always going to be timid. You're always going to do something silly where you revenge trade or you try to do this or that. And you're just going to you're just going to fall out of line. You know, the losses are going to happen. It's understandable. You know, the prop firm business has created such a good, it's created such a good platform for traders to be able to scale and leverage, right? Like, think about this. If you have, let's say, a $5,000 account, and let's say, for example, you're trading one mini contract and you lose $500 on that trade, your immediate reaction is to turn around and take another trade to get it back, right? But realistically, if you lose that second trade in a row, you're down $1,000. You're almost down 20% of your entire account, right? So it's probably not the smartest thing to do to continue to trade, but a lot of people can't handle that emotional, you know, they don't have that emotional control. So a prop firm will allow you to benefit, because I mean, you can go out there right now, like for example, Apex 80% off. What are the $50,000 accounts, like $30 or something, $35? You can go out there, spend a couple $100. That's your total risk, right? Your total risk on that is a couple $100. You can go out there and grab 5 accounts, right? And you can even take 1 trade per account. That's going to give you at least 5 trades that you can take a day if your setup presents itself, right? And if you manage to hit a couple wins, then you can continue to trade those accounts. And if you take a loss, then just, you know, just don't trade that account anymore and just keep cycling through that and let the days pass by. So shout out Charlie. He's one of those guys. He's in my room at Evolution Traders, where he's just looking for a couple setups a day. You know, if it hits for $100, great. If it hits for 200, great. And then he just comes back tomorrow and does it all again. And what's crazy is that time stands for no one. And what that means is that every single day that passes, we lose sight of time. And it's like, I've been watching Charlie, you know, if he does listen to this stream a little later or he watches the recording on YouTube, but congratulations, because it's like the days continue to pass. He continues to stack the balances. He's going to get a nice payout whenever that happens, whether it happens in a week or whether it happens in 3 weeks, or hell, whether it happens sometime in the middle of November. But he's got enough accounts where that one payout is going to make it all worth it. And you just come back and keep doing it again. And you do it again. And you're not really focused on trying to make, you know, I need to make $10,000 by next pay period. It's like, what are you doing? What are you thinking? John D. Yeah, you know what? On Twitter, that guy popped up on my feed. I don't follow him, but I caught that tweet. I caught that tweet in real time when he posted it. He started off by, I don't know if you read it, the tweet, or you even know who he is. I forget his name, but it just popped up randomly on like my For You. But I guess he had 5 XFA accounts, $150,000 XFA accounts funded, all of them express funded accounts. He lost them. Like he took some trades, you know, whatever happened to the trades happened to the trades. He ended up losing, and then was so upset, basically is what he was saying, was like just so upset that he lost his 5 XFAs that he bought another batch of, you know, he bought another batch of 5, right? He bought another batch of 5 combines and just started throwing on 15 lots, you know, going for broke, trying to just make a ton of cash, and lost it and did it again and again. He did it 3 times, where he just blew through 15 or 16 of those combines after losing his initial XFAs. And the thing is he's taken payouts, right? I scrolled back in his feed. He's taken some payouts. It's not the first time that he was funded with Top Step. He has taken some payouts. He's made some good cash. You know, not crazy amount of money, but he's made some money, you know, and that's important. And it's just like he ran into one bad day, and then the emotions just completely took over. You know, the emotions completely took over. So, you know, it happens. It does happen. You know, and I was reading the comments on there. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know, in the same boat and this, that, and the other, and market's been chopping them up lately. And again, the market hasn't been the market hasn't been like extremely great to trade, but it's not horrible. You know, it's not horrible. I mean, there's adjustments that maybe need to be made in your strategy or risk or tightening up or, you know, whatever. But I mean, hey, the market is what it is, right? It's like people want the perfect market. And it's like I've seen days that open up and we just literally scream to the top side for 4 straight hours. Never a downtick, you know, essentially, right? And it's like people will just lose accounts in those days because they're constantly trying to be a contrarian and call a top and call the top and call the top. And they just keep shorting against the trend. And it's like the day where you should have just got long over a previous day high or overnight highs and just rode the son of a bitch. You don't. And you're constantly looking for that pullback and you just get stopped out. And so it's like there's never a perfect market, right? There's never a perfect market. Because days that are seemingly perfect are not for someone else, right? And just like some traders who like to trade the trends and the you know, the continuation patterns, they don't do well in a range bound market. And you know, let's say Nasdaq is trending in 100 or 120 point range, up and down and up and down and up and down. You have range traders who are scalpers who are making an absolute killing, and they love that. And you've got those breakout traders who are just constantly getting tagged out because it gives you that wick, you enter in, it pulls back, stops you out, does it again, and over and over and over, right? So never a perfect market. Just control your strategy the best that you can do it. You know, try to have both feet on the ground is what I say. Both feet on the ground, right? We never want to be floating in outer space. You know. And also, there's no right or wrong way to trade either. You know, if someone's making great money in a range-bound market, great. Congratulations, pat them on the back. If someone does better in a trending market, great. Pat them on the back. But, you know, I've never been one to throw my opinion on the way that I trade out to anyone else. It's like, hey, guys, if you just do this, you'll make money. It's like, no, like there's ways to make money in this market a million times over, right? It's about finding what kind of works for you as a trader. And then just sticking to that, right? It's like sticking to that. Like, could I sit here and learn a bunch of new strategies and terminology and ways to read the charts or, you know, the order flow and this, that? Sure. Is it going to make me a better trader? No, it's not going to make me a better trader because it's the same thing that is going to apply to those type of ways to trade. You still have to manage risk. You're still going to take losses. You know, your position sizing is still going to be king. So why not just stick to the way that I trade and just manage the way I do it? You know, and it's always easier said than done. Again, I'm not sitting here trying to preach that it's just you're going to have a light bulb go off in your head one day and figure everything out. And you're never going to have problems in the markets ever again. When you're human, unless you're not human, you're going to always have difficulties in the markets. And that's what makes the markets the markets. Emotional sellers meeting technical buyers and emotional buyers meeting technical sellers. Open marketplace. You know? So it's just that where can we get in where we fit in, right? And I'm the type of guy where I want a handful of accounts. I want to rotate through them, and I just want the days to pass. You know, I don't have, you know, sometimes people say like, well, how much do you try to make in a day? I don't really care. Like if I make $80 today, who gives a shit? If I make $1,000 today, who gives a shit? I don't care. Did I take the setups that are in line with my strategy for the time window that I'm trading? Yes or no? Did I execute them right? Yes or no? Did I follow my position size rules? Yes or no? Did I obey my stops? Yes or no? Right? And then whatever that balance is that balance. So like, let's say, for example, today, I walk away up $457 because I don't decide to trade anymore. Great, great. I come back tomorrow. And whatever that number is on the screen, that number is on the screen. And guess what? Next week, we'll see what those numbers are on the screen. But I'm going to get to a point in time where that number on the screen is going to be eligible for a past evaluation, or it's going to be eligible, if it's a funded account, for a payout. like I've seen so many times now. Again, I know Apex is doing away with, that's also another big news, guys. I think it's a right move in the right direction for Apex. But they're doing away after November 1st with the payout windows, right? So as long as you just have 8 days traded, you can request a payout at any time. I think that's very good. It's kind of like how I've been working on with Top Step for a while, where we need 5 days only and you can request a payout. I think that's great. So with that being said, I'm just going to continue to trade my Apex accounts the same way. I'm going to continue to trade my Apex accounts the same way as I would normally trade. I'm not looking to, you know, I've got to make $2,600 before, you know, before the 8th day so I can request a payout. I don't care if it takes 12 days. I don't care if it takes 20 days. I don't care. I don't care. All I care about is just making sure that I do what I'm supposed to do and letting it happen when it happens. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. It's just letting those days happen when they happen, right? The blue line, yeah, I've got a, what do I got? I've got the, well, actually right now I'm running the 9 EMA. I'm running the 9 EMA on my chart. I've got another chart on the side where I am looking at the 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. But what you guys can see, I think you guys are looking at the top step. You guys are looking at top step, so I'm running the 9 on this top step. And you just got to realize that losses happen. I don't know if anyone caught it. Did anyone catch it? I entered a trade, I lost. And then I entered another trade and it won. So I ate back some of those losses. I'm up 381.80 now. It is what it is. There's no stress involved in that. The setup that I'm looking for happened. I took the trade. Oh, well, it lost. We move it along. We take the next setup. You know, and whatever, like I said, whenever I decide to stop trading, I stop trading and I just end on that balance. That's it. That's how I operate. That's exactly how I operate. And I just filter through accounts and, you know, whatever happens, happens, right? And I've just learned that the longer you stick to a plan and the longer you just follow your rules, the better off you are. The better off you are. You know, regardless of the outcome of one potential trade. It doesn't matter what happens on that one particular trade. It does not matter. Because you're going to take another 100 trades. There's another scalp that just got tagged. So we're back up to 439. So again, you know, take the trades as they come. Take the trades, you know, that you're supposed to take. You know, again, like, I'm not sitting here and I never will tell anyone, you know, trade like me, do this, do that. It's like, find a way that works for you and take the trades, you know? 496. So we almost have a $500 day here. Let's kind of see the stats on this particular account. So since I've been testing this combine, total P&L is up 1,634 and 36. The total trade win percentage is 82%. Great. Okay. There's only 2 days here, so this win percentage day doesn't really mean anything to me yet. The profit factor is 206. Average winning trade is around $81, and my average losing trade is around 200. Okay, so I do operate a little bit of a negative risk to reward ratio, which I'm okay with because there's more winners than losers. So, you know, it is what it is. It is what it is. We've taken 47 trades total in the past 2 days. 26 total trades today. Average trade time is 35 seconds. So whatever. I don't have enough data. I don't have enough data to really say, you know, too much yet. Again, that's 47 total trades on this one particular account. I've got it running over a couple other different accounts that, you know, probably collectively I have 100 total trades, which is fine. But once I get them all to around 100 trades per account, then I'll really take that data and then start to scale that across my funded accounts. Mm. 5-minute chart on this pullback here is pulling back into the 20 SMA. That could act as a little bit of support here. So kind of waiting to see what we do in the 460s. If we get down there, if we do get down to like the 462, 465 area, see if we get a nice little bounce off of that. If we don't, there might be a little bit of a continuation pattern to the downside for a quick scalp, but we'll see, right? We'll see. I missed one of my setups. This was actually setting up here. Should have been in short on that. Missed it, but that's okay. Again, one thing that I do also point out, and I tell a lot of the people inside my room as well, is guys, if your strategy gives you multiple setups a day, don't worry about oh, I've got to take them all. Oh, I missed it. Let me get back in. If you miss it, you miss it. Okay, wait for the next one. You know, wait for the next one. Patience, patience. I'm not going to jump in long now. Oh, we're going to bounce. I'm not going to jump in short. Oh, I could still get in. I missed it. I missed it, right? Again, I'm running a couple charts parallel here with each other. I'm using the a couple of different time frames. So we're getting in right now and tagging that 20 SMA on a 5-minute time frame. So this is where I want to see, do the buyers kind of step in and hold this area, or do we collapse? If we do collapse back down, you know, we've got 50 points to the downside where this can kind of grind lower. But it could be an opportunity right here for the buyers to kind of step in and give us that push back up to the upside. The blue, what you guys are looking at, you guys are looking at the 9 EMA. Let me actually put it on. Let me actually put it on for you guys here, because I don't want to confuse anyone. I'm looking at another chart off to the side here. So let me kind of add that 20 SMA so it doesn't confuse anyone. The top chart there, the top chart is the 1 minute, and I'm looking at the 9 EMA on the 1 minute chart. But I'm gonna add the 20 SMA for you guys on the bottom, which is a 5-minute chart. Just give me a second here. And there's that 20. So the red line, should I change it? I should probably change it. Let's see if we can change this color. We're gonna make the 20 SMA I don't know, orange. Let's make the 20 SMA orange. So the 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame is orange. And the top chart is a 1 minute chart with the 9 EMA. So right now we're kind of getting that close below the 20 SMA. A little bit of a bounce. See, again, this is what I was kind of speaking about a couple of minutes ago. I want to see if the buyers kind of step in here and hold, or we're going to show a little bit of a continuation pattern back down. During lunch, I'm kind of 50-50 neutral bias on the setups, because again, the volume kind of dries up a little bit and the volume's a little bit more choppy. So, you know, I'll take the trade if we do confirm on the 20 SMA short. It will be a scalp. I'll look to just get in and get out, but I don't have any high expectations during lunch, if that makes sense. I just take the trade for the sake of taking a trade. What the hell is this red line on my screen, guys? With top, I don't do a lot of charting on Top Step X. I do all my charting on Thinkorswim. What the hell is this red line that's on my screen? This straight line. What the hell is this? I want it off. What is this? How do I take it off? It's just yeah, the point of control, but I want it off. Zero. Never mind. Found it. Found it. Found it. Found it. Jeez, that was driving me nuts. That was driving me absolutely nuts. Tick Tick Trader prop firm. Someone was talking to me about Tick Tick Trader. Is that a new firm? I think owned by. Isn't Tick Tick Trader owned by? Who are they owned by? I think that's like a sister company for someone. I don't know. I don't know nothing about them. I haven't tried them. I haven't done any research on them yet. I still think, in my opinion, your top two big guys is going to be Apex and Top Step. Okay, so I think Apex is moving in the right direction with a lot of the changes that are being done. I know they get a lot of heat and stuff, but I've never personally had a problem with them in terms of payouts or nothing like that. And Top Step for me is still the godfather of them all. It's the best one. It's the most expensive one, I guess you can say, in terms of, you know, what it costs to get into account and to activate it. But guys, you can trade it any which way you want. You can, you know, do whatever you want. They pay on time. I think my last payout was last week on the 8th with Top Step. From the time I submitted to request a payout, which was after market was like, I don't know, 4 o'clock my time. The money was in the bank account, like in the bank account by 8 a.m. So, and my last payout with Apex was like super quick as well. Yeah, if we get the close over the 20 SMA, it's something that I'm going to be watching. Something that I'm going to be watching. We got about 5 seconds left. I've got an order sitting out there in case this wants to confirm. Just a quick scalp on that. Again, guys, just remember we are in lunchtime, so your scalps need to be a little bit more they need to work quickly, and you have to, you know, manage them a little bit tighter to the vest, because it tends to like kind of chop around a little bit more than normal. The ranges are a little bit smaller here. I believe that's your 5-point take profit should have got filled. Entry price on that should have been somewhere over 204.76 and 3/4, so 204.7675, and we shot up to 204.8275. So it did give enough time for you to kind of drop that order right at that wick, and again, you should have gotten filled for a 5-point take profit. It could still continue to go up here, but again, like if it's, you know, for me, I mean, you guys seen I took the trade on screen. It was just a very quick scalp for me. I'm not changing any of my brackets. I've been trading the 1-minute chart a lot today, so I'm not changing, you know, my, and there's your for sure 5.6 points, right? So again, if anyone took that 20 SMA play, should have taken those quick gains. I think you guys can see, you know, what I'm running here. I'm running a $60 take profit on one mini contract. And like, truth be told, look at the P&L here, $610.60. You know, taking $60 a clip, right? Yeah, I need to take a lot of trades to get that, but it's essentially very low risk, low stress, and they're not all winners. I have taken some losers today, so I think I'm up at like 14 trades today, or 13 trades, and I think I've taken 2 losses, which is fine. I took a loss here on stream, and we battled back, and now we're actually, from that loss, we're up about $150 since that loss. So it is what it is. No, it's not a 1-to-1. I have a $160 stop loss. It's just going to hit at a very high rate. So I don't really care about the losses. A lot of people care about the losses in terms of like, well, how are you going to make money? You know, like, well, how am I going to make money if, you know, if I lose $160, I'm only making $60. Well, the strategy doesn't hit at 20%, doesn't hit at 30%. It's high. It hits very high. So it's hitting at 83% right now. This is over 2 days. So over 2 days, we're at $1,748, right? It's at 83%. We've taken 8 losses and 41 winners. And this is what the number breaks down to. So like I said, I don't really care about the losses. Just keep taking the trades as they set up. We'll figure out the numbers at the end of the month, you know? I mean, if you guys want to test it, go grab a couple eval accounts and then run that negative risk to reward ratio. Again, I run a fixed take profit and a fixed stop loss on all my setups. So it's very mechanical. It's not dynamic at all. There's a lot of times where traders will try to catch those trends to catch bigger moves. Sure, do I miss out on a lot of cash because of the fact that I'm not capturing the whole move or even half the move? Of course, but I'm not worried about that, right? And I think that a lot of traders need to operate on a little bit more of a mechanical risk to reward like setup, because a lot of times traders, what they will try to do is they'll try to extend winners, you know, hold them. They'll try to, you know, use different areas of confluence for those stop losses. And sometimes it causes you to hold for bigger losses. Sometimes it causes you to go from bigger green to smaller green to red. And that really messes with the psychology and the emotions of the trader. Again, I don't care if this move goes 40 points or it goes, you know, whatever, it hits my stop loss. I don't really care what it does after. I just wait for the next setup. We're bouncing right off this 5-minute 20 SMA again. So we bounced off it once. We're coming back down into it again. I don't know if I want to take the 1 minute setup here, but and that's another thing too. I'm not too concerned about taking every setup. I don't care if I miss a couple. I just take the ones that, you know, that I like and the ones that I have time to get into, and because you're gonna get so many setups a day, you know. Yeah, and a stop loss of 8 points. It's something new I'm testing here. No reason for the change. There's nothing has to do with the 5-minute 20 SMA. I still trade that. I just took that same trade. Again, and I believe I stated it, but the only reason why I left the same price target for the 5 SMA trade, because I'm not going to go back and forth and change my settings. I'm testing one specific thing here with this 1 minute chart until I get to 100 trades. So I'm still taking my 20 SMA 5-minute setups. I'm just leaving the damn take profit the same, so I don't have to confuse myself and continue to switch brackets and risk settings and all that other jazz. But yeah, we are still taking 5-minute 20 SMA plays like clockwork inside my room. I'm looking to add more tools to the belt. That's all I'm doing here. I'm building, I'm using different time frames and different moving averages to kind of build onto my scalping system. And again, I'm not really teaching this on YouTube right now. I'm not, going to go over everything that I'm doing because it's still in test phase, I have two, it's like a 3-part deal here. Get to 100 trades, analyze the results. Take a evaluation / combine into passing a 50K account into funded. Take a funded account to payout. And then maybe I'll discuss it a little bit more. So a lot of times people think, oh, people are changing strategies. Whoops. People are changing strategies. I'm not changing a strategy. I'm adding to my system. I'm adding to my strategy. I'm building it. It's just like a mechanic, I'm putting more tools in that belt. That's all. And if it works, then we run it at scale across multiple funded accounts. And I'm also testing it during different time frames too as well. So off the open, during lunch, after lunch, power hour. You know, taking a handful of setups during each time window to see where do I like them the best. You know, where do I like my setups the best? I already know where I like my setups for the 5-minute 20 SMA trade. It's within inside the first 2 hours of the market. I don't like taking anything during lunch. But for right now, I'm going to take my setups during lunch, and I'm going to see, you know, exactly, you know, how well do I do during lunch hour, you know? So far, it's like 50-50 right now. I've lost a couple trades. I've won some trades here during lunch hour. I've never been a big lunch hour trader, but again, how will I ever know those results if I don't take the actual trades myself? You know what I'm saying? So, and again, anytime you're forward testing and you're building out a system, you're building out a plan and risk and all that stuff, you can't be hesitant and you can't be scared to take the trades. You've got to take the stuff. You've got to know what it does. Bro's yapping. There's no reason for you to be here then, bro. Like there's you know, I'm not begging anyone to sit here and listen to me. Yeah. Like there's a lot of other traders out there that you can go watch. You know what I'm saying? You think I give a fuck? Like I don't really care. You know, it is what it is. It's like that's the thing. People come, they come to not just this live stream, they come to a lot of live streams just to spew nonsense. Like, brother, work on your system, work on your strategy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can sit in silence and just take trades, but I don't think that really does anything, right? Because then people are going to ask, you know, why did you take that trade? Why did you do this? Again, I'm just telling you guys what I'm doing, you know. Whether it works for you or not, I don't really know, you know. Again, you know, like 1 minute chart could be too fast for people. You know, 5-minute chart can be too fast for people. Maybe you need like the 15-minute chart. Maybe you need the hour chart. Maybe you need those bigger macro. Maybe you need bigger macro levels to kind of play off of. So you kind of sit there, you take less trades, this, that, and the other. You know, it's all different strokes for different folks. To be honest, I haven't even looked at the spies. Um, I haven't looked at them. I'm sure it's doing something similar to what we got going on over here with the Nasdaq. No, I know. Was it gold that was hitting all-time highs today? I think gold hit all-time highs today. I think I looked at that. No. So the 1-minute chart, I'm running a 3-point take profit, just because the ranges are smaller. You know, like for example, right now on a 1-minute chart, I've got a 7 ATR. So the average true range is 7 points. So if I'm looking for 5 points, that means I'm looking for the whole move. I generally like to, you know, look for a little bit less of that ATR so I can have a higher probability to get filled and get triggered. And again, like I treat the 1-minute chart, it's just a little scalp chart. It's just we're just scalping back and forth. I could really care less if the market's moving up or down. You know, I don't want us to trade in a 5-point range or anything like that, but 15 15-minute chart is good. If you like to use the like you like to use a bigger time frame for macro levels, the 15-minute is good. But I would say for a 5-minute chart for your scalps and directional bias, use a 30-minute chart or a 1 hour and try to run that. 15-minute chart would be more so for like a 1 or 2 minute chart, in my opinion, from what I've seen, what I've tested. When you get up into that 5-minute time frame, this trade's gonna fail. When you get into that 5-minute time frame, look for 30 minutes or the 1 hour. Gotcha. Yeah, 15 minute will definitely help for sure. I got an 8-point stop loss. ATR on the 1 minute time frame right now is 8.9, so I'm essentially risking 1 ATR. Getting that breakdown again below the 5-minute time frame. One thing that I'm looking at here on the 5-minute time frame is this last previous wick where we kind of bounced somewhere in the 440s, right? What is that exact price? That exact price is 447. So 447, if that holds, we could see another bounce. If that gives way, we could see an opportunity for some more slide, right? We'll see though. Again, this is, I mean, we're coming out of lunch here, but you know, I always expect chop during lunch. You know, how well did I scalp during lunch? I mean, about like 50-50, right? I think the highest we got the P&L up to was like $600, and I think the lowest was like $300 in the profit, and we're sitting at 439. So, you know, is lunchtime the best time for me to trade? You know, no. You know, and again, when I'm trading my funded accounts or I'm trading options, I never trade during lunch. I just sit it out. I'll look for that one directional move coming out of lunch, whether it's a continuation or it's a reversal. Let's see. I'll get to that question in just a minute here. I want to see if this sets up. What is the question? You have a take profit at 60, but you have a stop loss at 160. May I ask why? I've heard people say use 1 to 2. That's the thing. You don't have you can use whatever you want. You can use whatever you want. That's the beautiful part of trading. But when I scalp, I want a very high win rate. Okay? I want a very high win rate. Now, if I wanted to risk 1 for potential 2 or 3, my position sizing is going to be less, and I'm going to look for more zones. I'm going to look for bigger ranges. I'm going to look for bigger key levels to kind of trade off of, because I need that to wiggle around a little bit. I'll risk the 1 for potential 2, 3, 4, whatever, right? But again, you have to understand, when you're trying to target like a 2R or a 3R trade, your stats go down significantly. The wins are significantly larger. They're significantly larger, but you have to get okay with losing 2, 3, 4 trades in a row. You know what I'm saying? 5 trades in a row. I mean, if you operate like, let's say, a 50% win rate, 52% win rate, but your wins are always double, triple the amount of losses, you know, you can still be profitable. Like, I know traders who are profitable with a 30% win rate. They're risking very small, but they're looking for those big moves, right? Again, I'm a type of person, I want to win more than I lose. Okay, I want to win more than I lose because it keeps my mentality and my mindset in check. So yes, my wins are going to be smaller, but I'm going to go on a string of 4, 5s. So far in this testing, I've had 13 max consecutive wins, which means 13 trades in a row have all been winners before looking at that first loser. And it works better for me. It works better for me. You know? But again, there's risk is risk. So my opinion to anyone is you risk whatever you're comfortable risking. You know? Like if you want to risk $100 to make $300, fine, but you need to do back testing and see how often those trades are actually winning, and then how many consecutive losses you could potentially face in a row before you hit a string of winners. You know, so again, there's no right or wrong way. It's just the way that I do it. It's the same thing like with the 20 SMA play on the 5-minute time frame. I'm generally risking anywhere between 15 and 20 points for 5 points, for 10 points, you know, and that changes on a week by week basis depending on what the market is actually doing. But you know, if I'm looking for 5 or 10 points, I'm generally risking around 20 on the NASDAQ off of a 5-minute time frame. Oh, I missed that trade. I missed that trade because I'm over here explaining crap. But anyways, I should have taken that long. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's see if the 5-minute sets up. Yeah, exactly. There's no right or wrong way to do it, guys. There's no right or wrong way. So I know there's like, you guys can find a ton of videos or a ton of educational content where, you know, it'll say you want to risk less than you make. I get that thought process, but there's also other ways to trade where you have like a fixed loss, right? You have a fixed dollar amount, but you know that, again, why I've stated it out 3 or 4 times, why I need to see 100 trades at least. I mean, for me, a test on a forward test is at least 100 trades on different days, different, you know, time windows. I need to see how does price react, right? How does price react? What does this strategy actually do? And how well does it do if I just keep sitting there taking trades? You got me, AJ. You took them. Damn you. Damn you. I'm over here yapping. What did Mr. Fizz say? I'm yapping and I missed my trade. It's all Mr. Fizz's fault. Mr. Fizz. Boy Fizz. Boy Fizzo. 10 seconds here. So we got that 5-minute 20 SMA play setting up. We've pulled back twice into that 20 SMA. We've lost it, like we've overshot the 20 SMA, bounced, came back down again. I guess you could say we put in a little bit of a higher low. Again, doesn't mean that this trade's going to continue to go up. We can break down. If we do break down, that would be a short position that I would also be interested in. But I should get a trigger before then. But we'll see. And that's another thing, guys. I mean, if you miss a trade, you miss a trade, right? What are we gonna do? Cry about it? You can't get upset if you miss trades. Fan Tong thinks it's going up. Don't think, don't think. Goes up, it goes up. Doesn't, it doesn't. We got that little one. We got that little one. We're back up to around 500 bucks here, guys. Again, I think the high water mark today was like 600 and something dollars, and the low since I started this stream was like 300. You know, if you're looking for a 5-point take profit, you're still in this trade. I mean, the high price 94.25 went up to 97.75, so it hasn't even hit 5 points. That's the thing. Like, you can kind of see here, we're starting to like flatten out a little bit in terms of volume and volatility, which again, you know, a lot of, again, like I'll say this a million times, the bulk of my work, like the bulk of my work is definitely, you know, the first 2 hours of the day. You know, like that's where you can like hit a couple trades and then call it a day, right? Like I'm a big hit a few trades and just get the hell out of here. Like, you know, like if I wasn't testing this, adding this strategy to the system here, I would be done already. Like, I think we did about like 360 on the Express funded account. I hit a hell of a fucking Tesla trade today for 800 bucks. Like, I'm done. But I want to get through, this test as fast as possible. I should have just done the testing on one account, because I would have well over 100 trades and we would have passed an evaluation already. But I've got this test being split out just for managing risk across 3 accounts, and they're all up about 1,500 bucks. I might, yeah, as long as I might stop it out if it goes back. Like, let's say I have a stop order long, and then the next candle never takes it out, or like I never get triggered, and then we close underneath. Then yeah, I'll take it off. But if it's still kind of hovering and it's still like technically in play, then I'll just leave it on until it gets hit. Again, there's no right or wrong way to do it, because at the end of the day, you know what you're risking, right? Like, I know what I'm risking on every trade. So, you know, if it does happen to go and it's like I didn't take it off and it triggers me in, you know, 2 candles later, whatever. Like, I know what I'm gonna lose. Price action's really not doing absolutely nothing, right? Like, it looks like it's doing something on this 1 minute time frame, but like essentially, like if you pull up like a bigger time frame, like we're not doing anything. I'm definitely going to make a note for this test that the lunch hour and coming out of it is not, it hasn't been the best. Yesterday I noticed too, power hour, it's not the best. Like the best time for this to work is definitely off the first 2 hours, right? It's off the first 2 hours. And then like out of lunch, but like like out of lunchtime, but not during lunch. During lunch sucks and power hour sucks. That's just my opinion. Based on what I've seen. But it will be good to know though, you know, like once I have that data, then I can just weed out the time windows where the win rate percentage is way lower than everything else, you know. So like if between what? If between, you know, let's say 12 o'clock and 1:30, it's like only hitting at like 50% or 40%, we just take that time window out, right? We take that time window out and we trade around it. You know, we trade around it. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Guys, you guys in if anyone is in evolution traders, you guys see Burke's got those damn 300K accounts over threshold there, so that guy is ready for payout on, what is it, 10 of them? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. He's got 10 PA accounts that are eligible for payout in terms of threshold, but it's only day 6. So how would I manage that? I'll have to get with him. I think the way that I would manage it, because he's not going to fall into, I don't think he's gonna what, you know, what is it, 3,000 you can take out, 2,700, 3,000, 3,500, some shit like that. He'll be taking out at least over 20,000. But what I think is that, because if he's not going to hit the 10 days for this window, which I don't think so, I don't think he's going to hit 10 days. I would definitely milk this at this point and just wait till November the 1st just wait till November the 1st, because then there's no payout window, and he just needs 8 trade days. So technically he only needs 2 more trade days for any time after the 1st to take 30 G's. If it's me, again, I'll have to talk to him because me and Burks talk a lot on the side. He's been trading with me for a while. I am definitely not pushing these accounts to continue to make that same amount and try to continue that. Because the last thing you want to do is be over that payout threshold and then take a couple bad days and then you're just absolutely screwed. You know what I'm saying? When you're already there, like there's nothing more that you need to do other than let days pass by. So for me, it'd be a couple setups, you know, maybe tone down the risk a little bit, and then for the next 2 days, and then just wait till the 1st, and then you know you got that payout coming. I'll get with Burks. But Burks been doing this for a while. It's not like this is his first go around. ATR is around 8.5, so the price is just dried up here. Price is just dried up. I'm probably gonna let a couple setups pass by, guys, to be honest. What's up, Norman? We're doing good, buddy. We're doing good. We're locked out of the funded accounts, about 360, and then an $800 trade on Tesla this morning. Right now, I'm just testing. I'm building onto my scalping strategy here, so we're testing it in some evaluations. But up 438 on one, and I believe, I don't know, around the same in another. Few losers, few winners. Hey, it is what it is, right? That's the way it goes. Couple winners, couple losers. So with options, there's a couple things that go into it. It's previous day high, previous day low, pre-market high, pre-market low, and then I look at what the hourly chart is doing off the open. So that first 30 minutes, if we take out any of those levels on the hourly chart, I'm definitely in long or short. And then it's basically a 30-minute opening range with supply and demand after 30 minutes. So let's say, for example, we take out pre-market high on Tesla, okay? And that 30-minute opening range closes at the top of the range, and I don't have any resistance for, let's say, $2-3 on Tesla. And after 10 a.m., we confirm not only pre-market highs, but we confirm the previous hour highs, which is quote unquote the 30-minute candle. I will get long off of that or short off of that, depending on where the other supply and demand zones are at on the big chart. It's very simple. It sounds like what the hell's going on, but it's very simple. I just need space. So I need space on my in between supply and demands. And for like Tesla, Nvidia, I need like $2, right? Like if I have $2, if I have $2 of space, that's more than enough, because I take 10 contracts, typically 10 to 15 contracts, and I'm looking for like a dollar move. Yeah, if you go to the Evolution Traders Theory channel and you see how I set up that big chart, it's gonna, that channel will have how I'm trading the big chart. So all those supply and demand zones, it'll show you what I'm looking for. You know who's been mastering it? Is Neki, right? I mean, Neki's been crushing it with the big chart on options. I mean, I think he's up like $4,000 in the past week. Yeah, $60 is $60, Norman. Keep it coming, you know? Keep it coming. That was a 5-minute 20 SMA play there for 60. So we're back up to 500. So I'm noticing I'm teetering right now. I'm teetering between 550, 600, and 300, right? So I'm back at 500. So this is also a time too where, again, if this was a funded account or this is live capital, I've got to understand that I'm not necessarily being put in a blender, right? I'm not being put in a blender, but I'm chopping out. Like I'm getting a loser, and then I'm getting like 2 winners, 3 winners, and I'm getting a loser and getting 2 or 3 a loser and then 2 or 3 winners. But the balance is not really going any higher. So like it was going higher from, obviously, you know, we start with the 0 balance every day. From 0 to 300 was pretty quick with only 1 loss taken in that time. And then we went from 300 to 600, but it stayed below 600. And I've taken at least 5, 6, 7 setups since we were at 300. So it might be a time right now where I just lock it out, right? Like this is where like I'm like, okay, like I'm winning trades, but realistically the one trade's taking me right back down. Then I have to win a couple more trades to kind of be exactly where I was at. Why keep putting myself in a mental blender? And let's just do it live. Let's do it live. Let's hit the button here, manual lockout, lock it out. So we'll lock out this combine with $400 or $500, $495, right? So we lock that out. It is what it is. Let's go check out the stats. Okay, we're up $1,600 in 2 days. We've lost some trades here. 11 losing trades over the past 2 days. 47 winning trades over the past 2 days. You can see the average win and loss here, around $77 to the win side, 181 to the losing side. Again, it's a negative risk to reward ratio, but we win a lot more trades than we lose, right? And the trade winning percentage here is 81%. So are some of these, you know, losing trades my fault, or maybe I'm in a little late, or maybe, you know, I'm not trading a specific time window that I know works better than others? Sure. But again, for the sake of trading and for the sake of testing, you know, we've got to have it all. Can I withdraw the 1 point? This is just an evaluation. This is an evaluation. If it was a funded account, yeah, you can take out the money from Top Step. You just need 5 trade days over $200. So typically how I run Top Step, and this is just how I run Top Step, you guys can run it however you want. I'll get the balance, like I'll trade for 5 days or so. And you can see here in 2 days, the balance is 1,600. So let's say we trade for 5 days and, you know, we kind of stay on the same path. Okay, we stay on the same path. You're going to be up around $3,000, $3,200. Okay. What I like to do is I like to take half, and I have right now I have 4 XFAs. Now again, they're not all eligible at the same time because I do not copy trade them. But when I get those balances up to around 3,000, I'll take 1,500. And then when the next count gets ready to 3,000, I take 1,500. And it kind of offsets every week, every other week. There's like $1,500 coming in from Top Step. I mean, again, I think in the month of September, I think we took out like $6,000 from Top Step, you know, so it's not a lot. Like I'm not taking out like a ton, but I'm also not doing like a lot of work. Like this is not like a lot of work. You just come in, you click a few buttons around, it's an extra 6,000. Now again, I trade options. That's where I've traded options for going on 11 years now. Like that's where I make my bread and butter. This is kind of like the secondary income. This is like the part-time job here. We just look to kind of keep it going. Now I know there's a lot of people who like to run up balances, and then take out bigger payouts, that's completely fine. My mindset has always been that, yeah, I see it right after I manually lock this out. Right after I manually lock that out, we can go to another account. So we'll go on another account. Let's see if this one hits for us. So this account was up 430.60, so almost about the same. Yeah, your best bet, try it out on an evaluation account. Whatever you've been learning, whatever you've been studying, try it out on an evaluation account and just get the trades taken. You know, I don't even make any adjustments to any type of strategy, to anything, until I take at least 50 trades, at least 50, right? So I don't worry about P&L. I don't worry about how many trades won or lost until I at least take 50 of those same setups. And then after I do that, then I start making adjustments. Yeah, looks like this 1 minute's not going to confirm. Already back under. So if this doesn't push up in a hurry, I'll just pull this order. I'll pull this stop buy off the table. I don't really like the 1 minute setup because it's under 5 minute supply. So I'm pinned underneath the 20 SMA on a 5 minute chart. I don't really like that because I'm basically trying to scalp long in. I'm basically trying to scalp long when we got overhead pressure. It looks like we're going to get a setup to the downside, to be honest. Oh, that last one was so close to getting tagged. So close to getting tagged there by like a tick or two. Just didn't do it on the first push here. I might just pull this order if it doesn't go like right away. Like on this candle, if we can't get it to go here on this 1 minute candle, I'll just pull this. Looking at a 9 EMA on the 1 minute chart and a 20 on the 5 minute. We're just going to pull that trade. It missed me by a little bit. Missed me by a little bit. We're not getting a lot of direction in either on either side here, which is also an indicator too. Like, I mean, if you're not getting movement on like a 1 minute chart, I mean, what are you really doing on a bigger time frame? You know, it's like, you know, you're just kind of putting yourself in the blender. Yeah, it's a lot of consolidation, which is, you know, typically not going to be the best time to try to scalp like starts of trends, because there's no trend, you know. So typically when I get setups like this that are back to back and they're just getting stopped out or trickling around, I just start pulling everything all together and just pull the plug. The pressure is coming from the 5-minute chart, 20 SMA. So until we get over that, there's going to be a lot of this like rejection, like wick up and then reject, wick up and reject, because we're just getting pinned under that supply. You know, the chart is consolidating for the next move long, for the next move short. And again, when there's no sense of direction, you have overhead supply, you know, that 1-minute chart's going to get chopped around a little bit here. It's when you kind of have to use a little bit of discretion and common sense, like, hey, you know, are you going to continue to, you know, chop yourself up? This trade's going to get stopped out here. So again, probably a very quick loser here. And again, that's how fast you can wipe away some of those balances. But that's good though, right? It's like, again, it's not good that you're losing money, but it's good to know, like, in certain time frames when the market is doing XYZ, you go back to that mental playbook and you tell yourself, okay, I remember when, you know, the trade setups are working 50% of the time. It's probably not the best time to take the trade. Also, what time is it? Lunch is over. We're kind of coming out of lunch. You know, market's really not doing nothing much of anything at all. So again, it is what it is. You know, to take this short scalp to the downside, I'm taking it right into demand, essentially, right? If you take this, so it's like you're shorting right at a bounce spot. You know, there's a lot of things that go into it, right? There's a lot of things that go into it. But again, you know, when you're testing, you got to let it go. You know, you got to let it go, and you got to continue to see um, what the numbers play out to. You know, it's looking like price wants to roll over, but I wouldn't be surprised if you get one more sweep of this prior swing high to see, you know, is there any active participants up here that actually want to push this market higher, or are they just going to sweep liquidity up here and then continue to roll this over? Because truthfully speaking, this has been consolidating. If I kind of zoom back, this has been in a consolidation range for the past, oh, I don't know here, about an hour, right? So the previous hour has been going absolutely nowhere. It's kind of just stuck in a range. We've never taken out that previous high, not even this high. We're just making lower highs at this point, but we do have like a little bit of a double bottom wick test on this. There's a long position that just set up too as well. You know, it's got a little bit of a double bottom wick test here. So again, you know, where's the market going? Your guess would be just as good as mine. You know what I'm saying? This account is up $1,000 in 2 days. A little bit of a lower win rate on this one. I think a lot of that has to do with the past couple trades that I just took during this lunch hour on this account. But again, you know, those numbers, they're going to mean, it's going to mean nothing until I get at least a couple weeks of data. It's good to just keep a soft monitor on that and kind of see, you know, what are we doing here? Guys, is there a way, again, I don't do a lot of charting or besides just executions on Top Step X. Is there a way to put bracket orders on Top Step X platform or no? Because the way that I have it set up now is just in my risk settings. Like, but is like there a way to do actual brackets? I don't even know if that's possible on Top Step X. I don't see it. Trying to get this break over the 20 SMA on a 5-minute time frame here. Still struggling. Getting a 1-minute setup again. Again, these 1-minute setups the last hour have been a little wacky. Now you're getting a pop finally. We'll see if there's any continuation on this one. Yeah, 20 SMA is down below. It's on the bottom. The orange line, that's the 20 SMA 5-minute. Getting a 20 SMA setup right now, actually. I was late on that 1-minute setup. Looking at the 5-minute now. What I'd like to see is a pullback on a 5-minute chart I want to see a little bit of a pullback here before the next one kind of sets up. So I've got 1 minute. I've got 1 minute before this 20 SMA play is even valid to take. I would like to see a pullback here. So this is good on the 1 minute chart up front. I want to see a pullback here, and then I want to see an explosion through that. Again, because it has had like a 3 minute little bounce here, does worry me if there was no pullback. So I do like the pullback here, even if we do kind of pull back, find support, and then explode through there. We got about 30 seconds. Because I do have a wick, it has enough time for me to drop a buy order, a stop order there, in case we do confirm that to the long side in the next 15 seconds or so. So again, I'm not really looking for much. I'm still looking for the same price target and stuff, but we'll see, right? We'll see. A quick wick on that. It was a quick wick in on that. We're right at almost his previous little swing high here. A lot of resistance in this area. This has been a very rough past hour. And a lot of that has to do with the stop is very tight at 8 points. So I mean, you can definitely play smaller size, open up the stop loss a little bit. That would probably help. But we're really not looking to do that. This account will be a good test to see, you know, can you battle out of drawdown? And see how that plays out. Now, at any time, I have to make something very clear because there's people that are just coming into the stream. There's people who have been here from the beginning. The way that I manage evaluations and the way that I do forward testing is completely different than if it was a funded account or personal capital. This account was up $300, let's call it that. Now it's essentially flat and on the verge of being negative. If it was a real account and it was around lunchtime, after lunchtime, I'm not taking any more trades. The account gets locked. Like we seen the other account earlier, maybe about 15-20 minutes ago. That account got locked out at whatever it was, $495. We stopped trading. That's fine. That's a $700 day between two accounts. You know, because I'm in a test phase here and I need to see exactly what's going on. When is the best times that these setups are working, when they're not. I have to continue to take the trades. But now that we have taken those two losses back to back, can we battle back into the positive? And if so, how many trades is that going to take? And you know what that looks like. Now, a lot of times people go from green to flat to red, and then they fly off the rails by doing things you're not supposed to do. We're not going to fly off the rails. We're not going to do anything we're not supposed to do. We're going to continue to take the same trades, right? We're going to continue to take the same trades. The same thing. I'm still on funded accounts. I still take. Look how close that is to just filling me. Just pop up a little bit. That's crazy. I take one. I trade one mini. The most stop that I have ever on an evaluation, or excuse me, on a funded account, it's like 350. You know, that's around like 400, or 350 to 400. That's around 15 to 20 points per trade. Again, I try to keep it smaller in the beginning, but until we build up that balance. This is actually the third trade that has actually come like a tick away from getting filled here. A little disappointing, but it is what it is. On evals right now, because I'm testing, I'm also taking one contract as well, because I want to like spread out my, my risk. I want to be able to take multiple trades. Now on this evaluation currently, I'm only risking 160 bucks per trade. So even if I was to lose 10 trades in a row, I'm down like less than 2,000, right? 1,500 to 1,700. But like, who's going to lose 10 trades in a row? Like realistically, even for all of you guys, have you guys ever lost 10 trades in a row? Sometimes I trade micros. Like on a fresh funded account, I might start off with 5 micros. Look for 5 to 10 points, stack up a few days, make a few $100, make 500 bucks, and then kind of get in there. So I know I got a little bit of a cushion. But I mean, I've been trading for a while now, so I'm okay with the size on one mini. I don't really get too crazy over one mini. You know, maybe if the balance is looking real sweet, then I'll go to 2 minis. But again, I got to be up like 2 grand on that account before I want to go to 2 minis. It's normally 1 mini. It depends on what strategy I'm using. So if I'm using the 5-minute chart in a 20 SMA, I'm looking for 5 to 10 points depending on the volatility and the average 2 range, and I'm looking for 15 or 20 point stop loss. See that? That's again, that's the fourth time I've come within like a tick of getting filled, and then it just springs on me. We might need to adjust this a little bit for right now because the volatility's not there. Like this average true range is, I've watched it in the past hour since I've been on. It's gone from like 10.25 to 8.5. Now it's at 6, right? So there's not a lot of range. I mean, we're drying up like crazy. So that's probably a root of why these are getting stopped out. I will say that playing the 1 minute chart is mentally draining. Like I'm taxed. I've been trading this 1 minute chart for 4 days now, testing this out. I'm like drained. Like I got a headache from looking at these fucking candlesticks. Like this is rough. For people that trade like this on a regular, this is fucking crazy. I just think that it'll be a good tool to have to my belt, you know, couple trades, not every single trade. Like right now I'm trying to take every single trade that I see present itself for the data. But like what I'm thinking is that first couple hours, you know, take a handful of trades, 3, 4, 5 trades, whatever that balance is, stacked on top of whatever I normally trade, like opening range breaks and, you know, reversal bounces, 20 SMA plays, and see what that balance is in the first couple hours and then stop. But doing this every single day is not, yeah, like AJ, I'm not gonna do this every single day, taking 25, 30 trades a day, you know. My sweet spot on trades is like 5 to 6. Like that's what I have enough energy for. 5, 6, 7 trades max. Wrap it up. And normally, right, and this is a perfect example, normally, you know, you make some money early in the morning and then you can kind of just lock it up. The longer you sit here and continue to trade, the more you give back profits, right? So like we've given back $250 in profits in the past hour, which is unnecessary, right? Like you don't need to do that. You don't need to do that. Like you got to be content with $200, $300, $400. Lock it up. Go live your life. Remember, you guys are all trading for the freedom of time, so you guys can make money when you want to and then go live life. It's not to sit here for 10 hours. I know that seems cool. I know everyone on social media makes it seem like it's cool to sit here, but this is not cool, guys. Like it's not cool to sit here and do this. Like you will give yourself a heart attack. I think in the 11 years that I've been trading, there was a point in time when I was trading stocks and options exclusively. Finally, we got filled. There was a point in time where I was trading, you know, like from market open into power hour, you know, and especially during the pandemic. I mean, forget about it. We were talking about taking 100 contracts of SPX 0 days till expirations, you know, for that last pop. I've had probably 29 heart attacks in the past 11 years. And now I've learned that, okay, my best window for me when I'm fresh, when I seem to make the most money, where I'm the least stressed, is definitely the first couple hours into lunch. And that's it. But it's just like with any job, it's just like with any business. In the beginning, when you're testing things out, you need to put in a lot of hours. There needs to be a lot of screen time, a lot of notes, you know, a lot of adjustments that need to be made. So we've got to put in the work, right? And that's why for a lot of you guys, there was a few days where I wasn't on YouTube. It's because I'm testing, guys. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and make videos all day long and record all day long when I've got something new going on. And I'm not just going to come up with something and sit and start preaching it to the world like, hey, everyone, take this setup. It's the best setup on earth. Like, I need data, you know? And for me, like I said, the data comes at 100 trades, but it's not like, okay, 100 trades and you guys are going to see 100 videos on me trying to teach this strategy. I don't even want to teach this strategy because for one, it's mentally taxing. For two, it takes a specific individual. And for three, we've got to run it through 3 phases. The first phase is 100 trades and then evaluate the data, make adjustments. The second phase is passing an evaluation. Can this setup with this risk to reward, can it even pass an evaluation for a prop firm? And if so, what's a realistic timeline? That's why I'm running it across 3 different evaluations. Okay, great. So let's say, for example, it can pass an evaluation. What's that timeline? Is it 2 weeks? Is it 1 week? Is it 3 weeks? Is it 4 weeks? Great. Now where's the real test? The final test is we've made the adjustments after 100 trades. Okay, we fine-tuned that. We fine-tuned the trade window when it works the best. Great. We've passed an evaluation with those changes. And now it's time to put it to the real test on a funded account. Can we get to 8 days with Apex and $2,600 to take a $2,000 payout? And can we get to 5 days over $200 for Top Step to take a $500 payout every week? Or a $1,000 payout every 2 weeks? Or one payout of $2,000 every month? You see what I'm saying? Can it do that? And if it can do that, great. Now we can maybe run it at scale across 5 funded accounts. It's like all that shit needs to be taken into consideration. And a lot of times people just get into these damn evaluation accounts. They get into these funded accounts. They have no plan. They did no back testing. They don't know if it's going to work or not. And they're sitting there like on the edge of their seats thinking they're going to catch this one move and make $1,000. It's not going to happen. It'll happen once and then you'll give it all away. Yeah, we're at 8 days after November 1st. There's no pay period. There's no payout window. It's just have 8 days traded on your account and be over threshold, request your payout, which is going to be good. I think that's a good thing. That's a good thing for Apex. It's better. It's better for the trader, in my opinion. How is it going to be beneficial to Apex? I always think about it from both sides, right? I'm a businessman. Like, you know, like, how is it beneficial to Apex? Because they're going to have so many people that are going to race to, making as much money with Apex in 8 days to try to get the payout, and they're going to blow so many accounts. The best way to do it is just to slow poke this thing, steady Eddie, slow poke it. Forget about the 8 days. Let it take 12 days. Let it take 14 days. Let it take 16 days. I don't care. Let it take 30 days. And just get to your $2,600 so you can take your payout times 5 accounts or whatever the hell you got. It's going to be very beneficial to Apex because everyone's going to want to make a shit ton of money inside of 8 days so they can request, you know, basically 3 payouts a month. 8 days, 2,600. 8 days, 2,600. 8 days, 2,600. And it's just going to lead to more people blowing accounts. I hate when people think that way. Like, the best way for you to think, if you want to be truly realistic, is try to take out $2,000. I don't care if you have 20 accounts or you have 1. Try to take out $2,000 for every account you have, whether you want to copy trade them or whatever. But if you can make $2,000 on 1 account, then you can do it times 20. You can do it times 5. You can do it times 10, right? There's copy traders out there. You can do that. But the goal is not to make $10,000 on 1 account. It's just to get to that threshold and then take it out. Well, what about, you know, this is another one. Well, if I take out 2,000 and I made 2,600, I only have, you know, $500 drawdown left or whatever the hell I have left. I don't care. Go pass another $35 evaluation in 2 days. Like, it's so easy to pass the evaluations. Just take the same setups, just increase your size times 3 or 4. Like, it's not that hard. You know? You can get whatever, like if you make $2,600 in 8 days, you can take out 2,000 from Apex. But again, see, like Adam, sure, technically you can take 3 payouts, technically, like in a 30-day rolling span, you know, like in a month rolling span, you can make 3 payouts probably. 2 payouts, is safer, but again, you're still pushing it because you have that mental cloud over your head where you're trying to take 2 payouts. What I think, and this, I don't like this trade. This is a 5-minute 20 SMA that I just got into here. If this doesn't flush, it's going to revert back 20 points and stop me out. There, Jesus, finally got filled when we should have. And look at that, just like that, we're back up to $171. So immediately when I flip to this account, just to like, again, AJ, you did it to me earlier today when I was at Starbucks. You told me about that trade. You got me back on the charts. I was already going to close shop up. And then you told me we had something setting up on a 1-minute time frame. That trade lost for me. I think I got in late, actually. And then we took 2 losers in a row. So we went from being up $300 to flat, and now we're back up to 171. So this is a perfect example, and I want to make this point. Oh, that was a 1-minute setup too. This is a perfect example of if you just stick to your rules, and I think I should probably end trading. Look at the blowout now, guys. We've been trading in a range for the past hour, and look at that blowout. This is a perfect example, and I want you guys all to like take notes of this. Of you can be green, you can choose to be greedy and continue to trade, give away all your profits back to zero, and you can still stick to your plan, stick to your strategy, and come back into the green and then close it out. Yeah, am I up 300? No, I'm up 71, 171. That's fine. That's fine. But you know what happens a lot of times? People are green. Let's say you're up 300. You go back to zero, which means you're flat. And then you start falling off the rails. You go from one contract to 3 to 5. You start chasing price around. You start anticipating moves. You get impatient. And next thing you know, you're 2 or 3 trades down and you've blown the whole account. I've seen it before. It's happened. Look at this flush. Now we got that breakdown. Jeez. Anyways, but you see what I'm saying? Like if you just keep a level head on your shoulders and you continue to respect your strategy because you know what your strategy can do, you know that you can hit, and I think I mentioned it in the beginning of the stream, but I know based on the way I'm trading right now, I can take 1 loss. We can all take 1 loss, but I know I can probably take 2 losses in a row. I've got to be okay with that. Now, if I'm risking around $150 a trade and I'm up $300, if I take those, if I fall into those 2 losses, well, guess what? I'm going to be back at zero. Do you want to do that? If you don't, then stop trading at $300 when you're up $300. Don't even risk it. You see what I'm saying? Because I know if I'm winning trades at 80% of the time, that means that for every 10 trades taken, I have a possibility to lose 2, 2.5, 3 trades back to back to back. When they're coming, I don't know. Out of 100 trades, I'm going to lose, 20 trades, 25 trades. But I don't know if I'm going to lose 2 in a row, 3 in a row. I don't know when they're coming. But you just have to stay consistent. You can battle back. Again, like the market doesn't know you just took 2 losses in a row. The market doesn't care. It doesn't know if you took 2 losses today and you stop trading, come back tomorrow and start your trade count all over. It doesn't know if you sat here and took 30 trades today. It doesn't know that. No one's watching you. No one's looking over your shoulder saying, hey, this he's down bad. I feel like that's what a lot of people think. Like a lot of people feel like, oh shit, the market knows I'm down bad and they're out to get me. No, ain't nobody out to get nobody. Nobody cares what you're doing. And again, if you're trading in a prop firm, nobody really cares. This is all demo. Like no one cares what you're doing in here. No one can see your orders. Even if you're in a funded account, no one can see your orders. No one's, stop hunting you. Market's not fucking with you. It's you who's messing with yourself. Stop messing with yourself. When you're going to when traders are going to learn what's best for them is when they get tired of hitting that head against that brick wall. Like there comes a point in time where every trader just gets absolutely fed up and they quit altogether, or they say, I'm tired of banging my head against this wall. I'm going to stop doing what hasn't got me any progress. Like, what's not getting you progress? Bouncing around contract sizes, probably. Over trading, probably. Going on tilt because you lose a couple trades, probably. Bouncing around strategies. Like, you know how many times there could be someone right now, probably a lot of people. It's like, oh, I took a 5-minute 20 play today and I lost twice. That doesn't work. I need to find something else. What's going to help me avoid losses? And they start looking for other crap. Versus I've been sitting here taking the same damn setups all day and I'm green. I'm not changing anything around. I'm not crying because I lost two trades in a row. What the hell? Fourth test of previous day high. What are we thinking here, AJ? What are we thinking? Going down? Or big V-shaped bounce into the close? Market's been weak all day. Let's keep that in mind. Market's been weak all day. Did anyone take the 20 SMA on the 5-minute time frame? It paid. Oh. What a day. What a day. I'm hungry. I don't know about y'all, but I'm hungry. Potential little bigs bottoming out a 1-minute chart. Let's see if that bigs bottom works. This is outside the strategy. I'm just fucking around with this setup here. Nope, selling pressure is not over yet. Should have gave it more room. We will close at the open. Ooh, look at that. So I think I'm done looking at this screen because I'm so far away from anything that I need to happen here. We might get down into this 367 area. I'm going to pull up my charts. Let's pull up my charts here. Now we get that Big's bottom. I just took that Big's bottom there. Those of you guys on YouTube, you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Whatever though. There was a setup here. I tried it once, lost, came back on it, and just tagged it. So now we're back up 234. It's just a reversion on like a doji candle or a hammer candle after extended period of selling. Nothing more. Nothing more. "30 seconds on this 1 minute candle." This could just be a little bit of a back test into supply and then come back down. The telltale sign will be if this 1 minute setup triggers me in and then it doesn't go. So let's see. Yeah, see, just pull back into supply and then reject hard. You see that? So just a little bit of a dead cat bounce, but that little setup there, again, I don't talk about that on YouTube a lot because these are very hard to kind of find. It's just kind of like a little thing we got inside of Evolution Traders. Those are the guys who've been trading with me for years, know what that Big's bottom is. But yeah, just a quick scalp into supply off of a doji or hammer candle or inverse hammer candle, depending on if the setup is long or short, for a very quick scalp. So in this particular case, it was looking at this candle here, the 1412 candle, right? Looking at that candle, and then when you get a green candle that takes it out, you take that long into supply for a quick scalp. Just get in, get green, get the hell out. I had to take that risk setting off of the take profit and stop loss because I traded a little bit heavier size on that. I want to see if I get a 1 minute setup, if I can manually manage this with no bracket, which I'll be looking for profits over $60 or stopping out at anything over 150. We actually have a short setup here. Again, this 1 minute chart's a son of a bitch, to be honest. How many of you, I'm curious right now, how many of you guys out there on YouTube, how many of you guys actually trade the 1 minute chart and that's your thing? Like, how many of you guys trade that and that's your thing? $55. God, you guys trade that 1 minute. That's brutal. That's brutal. I mean, again, I like it. Like, don't get me wrong, it works. Like, you can definitely make some coin, but it's so brutal. Like, it's tough mentally. I think for me, going forward, depending on how all this testing and stuff does. Ooh, look at that! Look at that little day gonna get tested again. I think for me, I think if I can keep my trade count under like 10, 8, and if it's profitable, stop. I think that's where it's at. But the last 4 days, I've been trying to like sit here for hours on end and just really take these setups in different time windows. It'll eat you up. It eats you up. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. This is the low of day. I'm gonna drop an order or drop a where's my drawing tool? Oh, come on. How the hell? Here we go. So that's the low of day. That blue line I just dropped. Can I stream every day? I don't know. I don't know. This is a lot. Trying to take trades. Where's Fizz at? Is he still here? I ramble too much. Trying to watch the charts. This is a lot. I give a lot of credit to the streamers. Because like I make YouTube videos and stuff talking about strategy or just different things that help me and maybe it'll help someone else. But like by no stretch of the means am I like a streamer. Cause like streamers are entertainers, you know, like you got to be able to like, you're kind of going over price a little bit. You're not really talking a lot of strategy. You're just kind of trading, but like you're entertaining, you know, you're entertaining. And is that where we're headed? What's that price, AJ? You know, so you're entertaining and it's like, I'm not like, I don't do this for like entertainment. Like I do this to pay my bills. So trading, I mean, so like if I'm not trading well or I'm getting off my game because I'm talking too much, you know, that's gonna piss me off. So I don't like really look at this like now again, like don't get me wrong, like let's say my channel had 50,000 subscribers and there's 1,000 people watching me every day and fucking prop firms are paying me $10,000 to trade on their firm a month and I'm making fucking $10,000 a month from YouTube, I'll be the biggest entertainer out there. Like, you know, like you wonder why you see these entertainers on YouTube. Well, they're making a lot of money. They don't really need to trade. Like for me, I gotta pay this mortgage, my car payments, my insurance, health insurance. I'm like this. I'm self-employed. Like, you know, I got mouths to feed. I got habits to kick. Like, I gotta make money trading. So teaching and everything is cool. You know, it's cool. Like I'm all game for helping people out just based on what I know. But like to do it every day, it would be rough. I don't really know if it would benefit me or not. AJ, what's that price? Oh, 20,000. We're looking at 2328. What do I have this at? This is 369. So what do you think? If we break this low of day, we might have a little bit of a scalp here to go into that level that AJ's talking about. Kind of treat it as like an opening range. Maybe we can scalp a little something through the first push. What do you think? Take this crap off my screen. What does he say? 20,328. Let's put it right there. Let's see. If we break this low of day, I've got a little scalp order sitting there. Maybe we make a run towards AJ's level. You know what I don't want, though? I don't want to get tagged, though. I don't want to get tagged and then it bounces, stops me out, and then goes. Like, it's got to pick up a lot of steam. What I would like to see is a bounce now. And I don't care, 15, 20 point bounce, and then come crashing through. Look at it. Here it comes. Here it comes. 371 long. What are we talking about? 371 long. We're going long at 371. What are we doing here? Yeah, hell yeah. Like, multiple streams of income is great. Like, I believe you should have multiple streams of income. If you're a trader and you're not consistent enough, you need to have a job. Okay, if you have a job and you trade on the side, great. That's your second stream of income. Great. Use prop firms as your second stream of income. If you can add an additional source, add another one. You know, if you can have 12 different ways where money is coming in every single month, then have 12 different ways where money is coming in every single month. The more money you have coming in from all over the wazoo, the better. You know, everyone thinks if I just trade, I'm going to make $1 million a year. I'm like, get out of here with that. Get out of here. You can, but you need a lot of money to do it. Even on the prop firm side of things. Like, let me let you guys in on a secret. Like, all these big streamers and all these big people who are taking massive payouts from prop firms, you think that they're working on 1 or 2 accounts and those are the only 2 evals that they took into funded accounts and this, that, and the other? Fuck no. Like, I've talked to these guys personally. I'm not going to name drop anyone, like, but like, I'm involved in the YouTube space. Like, I know what the hell people are doing. Like, they're buying hundreds of accounts, they're getting them to pay out. Like, that's the gig. Like, you know, there's a marketing side that goes on behind this shit that your common average folk on YouTube is not understanding. Like, this is a business. There's deals on the back. There's like deals on the back end that are going on. Like, the bigger you are, the bigger your deal is. And like, even if you're don't have a deal, but you've made some money, it's being stacked. Okay, it's being stacked and reinvested into this business. Like, if you go buy 100 evaluation accounts, we're getting a 1-minute setup long. If you go buy 100 evaluation accounts and you pass 20 of them and fail 80 of them, and you get 10 of them to pay out of the 20 that you passed, and you take a $10,000 payout or a $20,000 payout, and you're a streamer, you're a YouTuber, you're someone who's, you know, marketing themselves as a trader, that funnels more money into your downstream, which funnels more money into more valuations and more payouts. Like, you got to think about it that way. It's not like, you know, you who's sitting there with 2 accounts thinking you're going to make $20,000 this month. That's not how it works. It can, but it's going to take time. Like, it's going to take time. You know? So, again, that's it. Another $50 there. 1-minute setup. We're back up to 328. This account went from fucking, I just barely looked at the P&L. This account went from 300, basically the same, like 3 something, down to 0. And then I think down to like minus 120. And now it's back up at 328. Oh, you have to reinvest into your business. You have to. Like the biggest thing is even if you're, I'm not, let's get away from all like the YouTuber shit, the marketing shit. Let's get away from all that. Let's just say you're a prop firm trader. Okay, you're just a prop firm trader. That's a business. Okay, that business model is going to be highly unsuccessful if you go out there and you buy 3 accounts, you pass one, and you trade it and you try to take payouts. It's going to be highly unsuccessful. How you make the prop firm business successful is you go out there and you buy a basket of accounts, 5 to 10 of them. You work them, you pass them, you take one payout. Great, $2,000 payout. Like I would recommend the minimum of $2,000 payout. You take a $2,000 payout, you take, let's say, $300 or $400 of that, you reinvest it back into your business. What does that mean? Buy more valuations. Why would I do that? I'm already funded. Because you can never have enough fund. You can never have enough funded accounts. Well, I have 5 with Top Step. Well, Apex allows 20. Well, I have 20 with Apex. Well, go, gosh darn it, go out there and get, you know, fast track trading. No, stay away from fast track. You go out there and get, what's the other one? Take Profit Trader. I like Take Profit Trader. MFF, I don't know anything about them. I've never had them, but whatever. Like what I'm saying is you can go get a bunch of them. You can go get a bunch of them, right? So like, I think if you were to literally go out there with all firms, you could probably have like 40, 50 accounts, right? Maybe even, I'm just making shit up, right? And then you get another one to pay out. There's another $2,000. You go out there and you buy more accounts, more evaluations, and you keep running that business model. It's just like a liquor store, just like a convenience store, just like a apparel store. You have to keep buying inventory. Like imagine you go to the gas station, and the gas station that you go to, they order gas once a month. What happens if the gas runs out? They don't make any money. There it is. Thanks, AJ. Lilu, Bullnox, MFF, Take Profit Trader, blah, 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 right? What happens if they don't have any gas? People can't pump gas. You can't, like, the business is going to fail, right? Like, imagine going into a convenience store and they ain't got no Gatorade. They ain't got no water. You know? Imagine going into a liquor store. They ain't got no beer. Like, you're not going to make any money. Like, let me go into this liquor store and let me buy a 12-pack of water when I was looking for a 12-pack of beer. Like, you know what I'm saying? So forget about the 1 account that you have. No one cares about it. Forget about the 3 accounts, the 5 accounts that you have. No one cares about them. Continue to work your accounts slowly, day by day. $200 here, $300 there, $400 there, $100 here. Work them every single day. Work 10 accounts. Filter through them. This is what you want to do. Want to be a trader. And let the payouts fall where they may. And when you do get payouts, reinvest back into that business. You'll get to a point where you have 10 accounts. You'll get to a point where, you know, you're taking 5 payouts a month and $10,000. You know? I hope that makes sense. But if you think that you're going to get 1 evaluation account and now turn that into a funded account and make $10,000 a month and just be able to do that off of $100 investment once it's all said and done, you're living on another planet. Okay? You're living on another planet. Now, before someone comes on here and they say, well, I had 1 account and I've had it for 5 months and I've taken out $10,000. Great. You're an exception to the rule. Okay? You're an exception to the rule. Realistically, most people only hold these funded accounts for 1 or 2 payouts, myself included. Like, I think the longest I've ever had 1 particular funded account was like 3 months. Why is that? You take payouts, your drawdown goes down, you hit a couple bad days, a couple bad trades, you lose it. But once you know how to pass it once, you can do it again and again and again, and you have multiple accounts. There's my sermon for the day. And because I'm talking, I missed another 1-minute setup. I don't know if it would have paid, but I missed it. Probably didn't even pay, so good thing I was fucking talking. Let's cancel this order. I had an order short down here. What about 1 challenge and using the, yeah, exactly. So, okay, you can do that. You don't have to go out there and buy 5. Don't go buy 10. I'm just giving you like the grand scheme of things. Like, that's the ultimate plan. If you have one account, nurse the hell out of it like it's a newborn infant baby child. Like, nurse the hell out of that thing. Take it slow. $100, $200 a day. Lock it up. Let 10, 20, 30 days pass by. Take that payout. Now you got $2,000. I'm using that as a standard. If we can't take out $2,000 a month from these stupid prop firms, then it's not worth it. I don't want to take $500, right? Top Step has five days, $200. You can take half of it out. Fuck that. I don't want $500. Well, again, let me make something clear. Big asterisk, big disclaimer. If you've been trading for a year and you've failed 50 accounts and now you finally got that $1,000 and you can take out 500, by all means, take the $500 out, make it real. Go spend it. Go spend it. Don't save it. Don't do nothing like that. It's $500. It's going to come and go. Go spend it on things that you can enjoy in the real life. Okay? Because now it makes it real. Now you're like, okay, this is what it feels like to get paid. 1 minute setup shortcoming. This is what it feels like to get paid. Should I take this trade? I probably shouldn't. But make it real, okay? But if you're on a prop firm like Apex or something where it's $2,000 that you can take from a 50K, once you get into that, oh shit, I forgot I don't have bracket orders. Gosh darn it. Gotta manage this. Gotta manage this. 35, 30, 15. Come on, you son of a bitch. 10. Break even. Oh, come on. No bracket orders here. We're flying solo here. $40. Come on. 20. Back to break even. Bullshit. I'm out. I'm not even gonna mess around with that. I forgot I don't have bracket orders. I'm not farting around with that. Should have held it, it would have paid. But yeah, so if you only have one account, definitely nurse that one account. Get it to payout. Take your 2,000 or 1,500 or whatever it is, and then invest back into your business. I would personally take, if I'm on Apex and I took a full $2,000 out, I'm a new trader, I've only got one account, took me a month to get that payout, I'm going to go take 500 of that and I'm going to have that invested back into more valuations and activation fees. So maybe spend $200 on evaluations and then keep $300 to activate my next 3 accounts. And just keep on doing that. Keep on that cycle. Does that make sense? I don't even want to talk about FTT, man. I don't know much about them. I haven't traded with them. I just see everything on social media. Like right now, like what the hell is going on with FTT? They're changing the rules from 40 accounts to 20. You can only request your second payout if it meets what you made on the first one. Like, I know why they're doing that. You have some asshole out there who took out a $20,000 payout their first time around, and now this second time around, we're getting close to approaching that low of day. And now that second time around, they're trying to take out 5,000. Nope, no good, right? Like, that's what they're going to do. I mean, is it a liquidity problem? Probably. It's a new company, though. Like, what do people expect? There's a lot of people who got in there and freaking ran them up and are running them dry. Like, because they have no because they have no evaluations and no like reoccurring fees, it's just a one-time fee. They need more people to sign up to build up that bank. It's just very soon. It's very quick for that company. You know, again, those direct to fundings, I mean, I don't believe in them. I don't believe in, not that they're no good. Again, don't get me wrong. I know people who have personally been paid from Tradeify, the new one, Tradeify, or whatever the fuck it's called, and then FTT. It took 3 weeks to get paid from FTT, but I'm not saying that the actual company's no good. What I'm saying is I don't believe in going out there and spending $300, $400, $500, $600 for a direct to funding account when I can go spend $30 with Apex and $80 to activate it and do the same thing for cheaper. Like, what the hell? What's the difference? You know, or spend $200 when it's all said and done with Top Step for a firm that lets you do whatever the heck you want to do. Want a dollar cost average? Dollar cost average. Want to scalp 1 point? Scalp 1 point. You know, like you want to like trade news, like they'll do whatever you want, right? Cancel that order. We still haven't broken. That's the third time we've tested this level down here. I do like this short in power hour. If we do break down that level below 66, got a 1 minute setup here. I should probably just stop trading altogether. I'm getting tired already. There's $70, 1 minute setup. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that guy. I don't know what's up with that guy. That dude's off his rocker. But again, you know, is that his personality? Yeah, I guess. Who knows? I don't know. But what's the story on that guy? On that guy, Scott. That's his name, right? Who is he? Who's Scott? Right? That's the owner. Don't belittle me and tell me what I stating the obvious. I know he's the CEO, but who is he? Like, where did he come from? Right? Where did he come from? What's his background? Who the hell is he? Scout booked off my 371 long old trailers. What does that mean? Oh, you got a scalp into three. Oh, okay. Gotcha. I forgot. Yeah. You were the one that said about going long of 371. Nice. Good. Hold a runner. Good. Hold a runner. Hell yeah. Let's go. We're back up to 378 here on this account, guys. Anyone gonna fill me in on who the CEO of FTT is? Who is that guy? Great entry. Hell yeah. Absolute sniper in the chat. Let's go. Everyone likes in the chat. Likes in the chat for Mr. Wall Street. Likes in the chat for Mr. Wall Street. Do we know where this guy Scott came from? Who is he? What's his background? Who is this guy? He's a hothead. Yeah, the guy's out of control, right? Guy's out of control. But I mean, who is this guy? Slap this guy around a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Scott's a dude who's never been in a fucking street fight a day in his life. You know? He's never been in a fight a day in his life. But I want to know where he got his money from. I want to know why he started this company. Like, what is his background? What industry is he coming from? Is he a trader? Like, I don't even know who the hell he is. I seen that. Wasn't it like for like failure to pay? He like failed to pay his rent or something for his previous business office or some shit like that. I think everyone's goal should be to go live funding. Whether that's live on one of these prop firms that pulls you up, or whether that's live into your own account. That should be everyone's goal. I think that if you're rolling over, let's say I'll use Top Step as an example because they have that path to live already. I was in live 2 years ago and I blew my shit up. But let's say you take over a balance. Let's say you take over a balance of 20,000. Well, if you're with a prop firm and you have to pay out a split commission, okay, whatever, that's fine. It doesn't matter. Like, you earned your money with them, pay them a split commission, that's fine. Like, they deserve that. Like, that's, you got your start with them, that's fine. It's just like managing a $20,000 account on your own. If you don't have good risk management in a live with the prop firm, you're not going to have good risk management with a live on your own personal account, and vice versa. So it's the same thing. Live is live. Doesn't matter if it's live with a prop firm or live on your own personal brokerage. The goal should be to definitely go live, period. Like, you want to make enough money with these firms where they're taking you live. Or you want to make enough money with these firms that you can withdraw it all and get into your own live account. Like, I also, every payout that I get, I deposit $500 into my personal brokerage. Every $2,000 payout on every account, 500 of that goes back into my personal futures account. And it's been that way for months, and I haven't even touched it. You know why? Because if one day everything hits the fucking fan, I've got a personal account ready to go. I don't have to take any money out of my options account and restart over. This is all house money at this point. Yeah, I've seen that he doxed some people. That's crazy. That's insane. That's insane. Building a little bit of a floor here, huh? 1 minute setup. Very choppy action here. Very choppy action. It's not moving fast enough for me. It's not moving fast enough for me. Again, we don't work for the market. The market works for us. You either move when I want you to move or we're out. That's also how I trade when I don't have bracket orders, guys, is if I don't have a bracket order, that market needs to move for me when I want it to, or I'm out. I'm not waiting around for this thing. That's it for me. I'm done. I'm done. Now it's going to go. Now it's going to go. Now it's going. Now it's going. Now it's going. Go, you son of a bitch. $100 there. Guys, we're done. 432.40 on the day. Here it is. Lock me out. Again, stick to the plan, stick to your strategies from up 300 to flat to back up positive 432. We changed nothing in our approach. We changed nothing with our stop loss. We changed nothing with our take profit. We changed nothing with the amount of contracts that we're trading, except for on that first bounce, I went to 2 contracts. That's a different setup outside this strategy. Other than that, it's all been the same. Keep things the same. Keep things calm. Guys, I'm out of here. Make sure to hit the like button on the way out. If you guys need any accounts, you know, Apex throws me like $1.25 every time someone uses the link down in my description. Definitely helps, you know, definitely helps me keep the channel going here. If you guys need those accounts. If not, that's fine. Yeah, AJ, I'm out of here, brother. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the Discord. I'm done. I'm done. AJ, I just seen your message on Discord. My position size on Tesla today was 15 contracts. 15 contracts. I was willing to risk $500. So it was a little bit of a one-to-one risk to reward ratio. Again, like with Tesla, I'm willing to risk $1 to make $1. So if the price of Tesla is 220, I'm really willing to go down to a support of around 219, 218.50 for that price to go up to like 221, 221.50. Hope that makes a little bit of sense. But I'll get with you in Discord and I'll explain some shit. And I seen you want to see the video where I'm talking about that options strategy. I'll start tagging you around over there. But yeah, for everyone else here, guys, I'll see you on YouTube the next time I see you guys on YouTube. Make sure to hit that like button on the way out. It definitely helps the algorithm out. Definitely lets YouTube know that people actually watched this stream. And maybe next time they show it to more people. You guys know the deal already. Let's see what this account is up now. So this account's up 1,400 in 2 days. 76 win rate percentage. Not the best. Not the best there. I don't really like that. 9 winning trades, 30 or 9 losing trades, 30 winning trades. $88 on the long side to 130 on the downside there. I know that's a shame. 49 people in here and only 9 likes. That's a shame. But I mean, I don't think anyone would be upset with a $1,400 in 2 days. I mean, and then we have the other account that's also up around the same. That's $3,000 in 2 days. Going very slow. You know what I'm saying? Going very slow. Like we're not shooting for $500 trades. You guys seen it here. I don't know how many trades I took today on stream. Like 8. I'm only looking for like $60, and the ones where I wasn't running any bracket order, I mean, I got lucky and clocked $100 on that last trade, or $90, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm out of here.